Hey everyone, this is Mark at Alchemist Camp, where we learn Elixir and Phoenix by building things. And I have just finished my first full stream on Twitch, as well as a number of completely broken test trials, which this may be one of. So far, no drop frames though, so I'm hoping the video doesn't have too much stuttering. The stream that I did was about basically progress updates for the last 3 months on this educational site that I've been bootstrapping. Unfortunately, it was not great. It's viewable, so I'm not going to cover the same content again, but there were some places in the video where it would just stutter. It would be like it'd say, "Oh, and the thing about," it would just hear like an exact repeat of what I just said, which kind of sucks. So I've made some changes. I'm using different hardware encoding, and I've lowered my bitrate of the stream, and it's only 20 frames per second. So it's not a video game. That should be plenty good for just me talking and clicking on stuff. So the topic for this stream is what was the biggest win that I had over the last few months with Alchemist Camp, and what was the biggest fail. And just a quick recap from what I just explained in the last stream. This site has grown a fair amount. Elixir rank is under 3 million now. YouTube subscribers up to 686, and it's for a very, very niche topic. It's a programming language called Elixir, which not that many people use yet, and it's screencasts that teach it. So, biggest fail that I had was a referral marketing plugin that I tried, or a third-party referral marketing solution. And this is not a knock on them. It was a free-to-use solution. They are also on Indie Hackers, and I'm rooting for them to do well, but didn't work for me, and I'll show you why. So first, let me hide my face and the follower goal so that you can see it. Anyone who signs up for an account on Alchemist Camp or who logs in will see this. And this is basically just encouragement to get them to share the site. So if they use this unique referral code that I use them, or that I give them, then they can, well, I should say, if they share this unique referral code that I give them and other people sign up using it, then that gets tracked, and once 2 people have signed up, they get 3 months of premium access for free. And the way I set it up was actually super generous. Like, these people that sign up don't even have to pay for anything themselves. So basically, if you're using this free resource and you get your friends to use the same free resource, even if none of you pay anything, I still give you premium access for 3 months just because you brought some friends to it who may stick around and maybe someday sign up, or maybe not, but maybe they'll just share the videos elsewhere, and it's still worthwhile. Or so I thought. What happened was strange. I looked through my logs and I saw there are about 200 people that have signed up for Alchemist Camp, and the vast majority of them never referred anyone and were not referred by anyone. That's not a surprise. What was surprising is that there were a fair number of people who had referred 2 people, exactly 2 people. Nobody at all had referred 1 person, and no one had referred 3 or 4 or 5. It was only 0 or exactly 2. And that's strange, because like, if I've got a referral code that I tweet out because I want people to sign up for it, and actually, like, I've done this with the DigitalOcean referral code. If people sign up with it, then I get credit for my DigitalOcean hosting account. So if I tweeted this out, like, you would think that at least, some people who do this, they're trying to get 2 people to sign up through their referral link. You'd think like some of them would only get 1, and you'd think that some that had bigger followings or maybe got retweeted or something, like maybe 3 people would sign up or 5 people. But this never happened. It was only 0 or 2. So I was like, that seems legit. And I looked further into the server logs, and in every single case, it looked like fraud. I can't say it was fraud, but it looked like it was just straight up fraud. Like someone would sign up from like a certain IP address, and then say they do that at like 7 o'clock, then between 7:20 and 7:22, two people sign up using their referral code from the same IP address that they just signed up on. And then those two new accounts that were referred like never log in again. They just like show up once, they get really excited. They came like from a direct copy paste of that referral code into their browser, like not from Twitter, not from Facebook, not from like, a link anywhere. They just paste it in, they go there, they sign up, and then they're like, I'm actually, I signed up, but I'm not going to watch any of the videos. And I could have watched, a lot of the videos without signing up. So it seemed a little bit suspect. The other problem is I actually got some errors. Like some people that would sign up, not very many people, but just some people that signed up would get an internal server error, and it's a horrible experience. Like actually the sign up worked fine. It was just the connection between my system and this referral system had a problem. So they'd get this error. They don't know their account has been created, and it's like just when they've decided to give their email address or whatever, then they see that. Like that's not a good experience. And it wasn't most people, as I said. It was just certain people that had pop-up blockers, or not pop-up blockers, but like ad blockers. I think what happened was, since this referral system is pure JavaScript, like all of this is this is popped up by executing a JavaScript function. Like I'm not hitting an API to do this. I don't have the CSS or the HTML for this on my server. It's all by installing their library, and then you execute a JavaScript function, or they have a few functions you can execute, which is not the easiest way to integrate with a backend server. Like obviously what most APIs do is they give you an endpoint to hit. Like you go to like api.twitter.com/whatever, or lots and lots of APIs do that, but this one's not like that. It's not HTTP. It's just like JavaScript based. Like you run their JavaScript functions. So my guess is that this like the sign up, like it runs a whole bunch of their code, and then it's fetching stuff from their server, and then some of that gets blocked because certain users had certain ad blockers that were blocking things that this third-party service uses. So wasn't effective, and there were also some errors, and actually 100% of all the server errors that have ever happened on Alchemist.camp's server have been related to this plugin. So like that's 2 strikes against it. And then the third one is it slows down the page load speed. Like my pages generally load in a second, depending on region and what the other person's internet infrastructure is like. But about half of that time is actually hitting this third-party library, and that's because I don't have, like, say, a Facebook pixel on Alchemist Camp, but I'm not using Google Analytics. I have my own like back-end analytics solution. I send event data to Keen.io, and then that way I can get exactly what information I want. It's not like sending that data to Keen is not something that has to happen immediately. So nothing the user does is slowed down by anything on my analytics. And then also, like, why should Google and Facebook really be getting all the information about like who visits this site and when the site is not, it's not ad driven. This is like a subscription service. So yeah, that's why I don't have too much JavaScript that gets loaded up, and that's why just adding one external thing like this is kind of costly in terms of page speed. So the referral marketing plugin was a fail. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove it, and then maybe I'll change it so that when people just visit, say, any article or any episode page, like say they go to this one about making this game board for tic-tac-toe, they can share it here, and I think I'll generate a code for everyone anyway, and then they can share it, and the code will just automatically get added onto the URL. And then when people, well, one, I'll know that they actually were sharing things. Then when people do sign up from that, I can still keep track on the back end, and I can maybe surprise users that have been sharing things. And that's like a great experience, because then it's like, you're like, oh, I like this thing, and I share it, and then you're not even expecting any reward, and it wasn't, there wasn't this tit for tat, like instrumental motivation to share it. You just wanted to share it, and then as a surprise, you get a bonus from the site. I think that's a good way to go, and it doesn't have the side effect of motivating fraud or apparent fraud. So that's how I'm going to handle that. My biggest win has been automation, and there are two kinds of automation I'm going to talk about. First is I've made it so that all of these episode pages and article pages are super easy to import to Medium or CodeMentor or Indie Hackers or any of those sites that use a certain formatted importer that works the same across each of those sites. So you can see I've got some stuff on Medium now. It's not getting a ton of traffic. It's not enough that it would be worth it if I had to copy paste like whole articles in here or episodes. But I can use the same importer that I can use their importer that works for WordPress. And since I've conformed to the same spec, it's super easy. Like, I just put in the URL of whichever episode or article, and Medium automatically slurps it all in. I've got a link back to the original article on my site, and the rel canonical is respected, so Google knows that this is a syndicated version of what was on my site, and that my site is the original and not the copy. And it's totally not worth doing this if it took much effort, but it doesn't take much effort. So I can import an article or an episode in Medium in a minute or two. And at that level of effort, I might as well. And it's really easy. And I'll probably start using importers on other sites as well, like some of those I just mentioned. So that's one bit of automation. The other is actually the way that I write these articles on the site, or the show notes for the episodes, is Markdown. And I've extended Markdown. So I'm going to go to the edit screen. Excuse me. And you can see all of this content is in Markdown. So I've got ## creating structs. So this will make an H2 that says creating structs. I've got bolded things. I've got italicized things. And you can see here, this one is actually added. I created this. -- wrapped around something will make small tags. That's not in normal Markdown or GitHub flavored Markdown, but it's in Alchemist Markdown. And ++ will do the opposite. It'll make something big. I made like a -- or -- will make an HR. And you can see here, I've got all these places here where I've got something wrapped in small tags, and the thing is a link from a time to the YouTube video at that time. So this link will go to 5 minutes, 28 seconds into the YouTube video. Let me go back to the view of this episode. So here, this is a small tag, parentheses, link to the video at that time. The reason I do this is because this video is like 40 minutes long or something like that, or 28 minutes long, and maybe someone doesn't want to watch 28 minutes, but they do want to know about how a map set works, or they want to know about comprehensions. So I just put the links in there to make it easy for them. Unfortunately, easy for them is kind of difficult for me. Like this doesn't look that bad, but typing this in every single time, especially getting the YouTube link correct with the time, is a lot of it's a lot of typing and clicking. if I'm doing 5 every episode. So what I did is I extended Markdown still further. Let's see, this is my code here. I made a link to time, and I'm basically replacing this syntax with a link to that time. And all of my newer episodes use this, and I'll just replace one of them right here so you can see how it works. And yes, this is on production. So instead of that syntax, I can just say : time 5:28, and that's it. Instead of typing all of this and copying and pasting YouTube URL, this right here will get the episode, and then it will get the YouTube URL out of the episode. So it'll get the URL of the video associated with the episode, and it will do all that formatting and create the link and create the anchor text and wrap it in smalls. And you can see here, I submit that, and this live update worked fine. Everything does exactly what it used to. And every time I make a new episode, that's how I make all the links. And it saves me, like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes per episode. How long did it take me to write this one regex? I don't know, like 20 minutes once. Like if I only had to make one episode page, it wouldn't be worth it. But if I'm doing this every single time I make an episode, I'm putting in multiple links. Like then it's totally worth it. Then you can see I've got some crazier stuff down here, which is premium snippets. And the way that works is inside these episodes, I can make snippets that only subscribers see. The episode itself could also be premium. Like if I checked this, then only paying subscribers could see the episode at all, and everyone else would get a message that said sign up or you don't get this. And same thing can be done for requiring a login, and if it's not published, then nobody will see it except for me because I'm the admin. So if I want to put in, say I want to put in a source code snippet, or I want to just share all the source code for the thing that I just wrote, I could do that and make it so that only premium people would see it. I would say premium and then end. And whatever is in this spot here between the premium and the end only shows up if someone's a premium subscriber. So not only can premium subscribers see stuff, can they see like whole pages other people can't see, I can present them with new things inside pages that other people have access to. So the way that the value is split up is a little bit more fine-grained. And similarly, I can do visitor and end. So I'm not going to do this, but say I wanted to display an ad, like a really obnoxious ad, and if you haven't paid, you see the ad, and if you've paid, you don't see it. Like kind of like the model from those Android podcast apps where they just have like an annoying ad that'll like cover up the whole screen, and you have to like click it and it'll go away and it'll say, don't you want to pay so you never see this again? You could do that. I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is I'm going to make premium blocks. Like maybe I'll have source code here, and then people who are not premium will just see source code only available to premium members and a link to the sign up page. So it's kind of like an if then else based on whether someone is premium or not, that goes inside the episode Markdown itself. And it's definitely a time saver. It may, I mean, there's going to be some point where I don't want to make this extended Markdown too crazy, but as it is now, like when it's just like quick expansions that save me lots of time, it is so worth it. All right, and I'm not gonna save that at all. So that's basically what I've got. I've got the big loss is this external referral tool. The big win has been automation, and I am going to be doing more automation this coming month. I'm gonna automate a whole bunch of DevOpsy stuff and stuff on the backend server. And I'm going to keep on building out the CMS so that I can make content more quickly and I can do it at a higher level. So that's it for this episode. I really hope the quality was a bit better this time, and if not, I'll probably just delete it. But if so, then you'll probably see me streaming again soon. Until next time, code on.